back to Otoshi Monologues, my excuse to talk, rant, and embarrass myself in front of all of y'all. This time I've become an ICA intern so I can go to a special exhibit in the Tokyo Metropolitan Art Museum and celebrate Thanksgiving with some fellow Dialogue House residents with some all-you-can-eat barbecue. So let's get started. During our time in Japan, Bing also had an internship with ICA Tokyo, and they were sending their interns to go visit this temporary Washi Art exhibit. 2 out of 4 of the interns were just gonna ditch, so Bing said that I should just come with them and take one of their spots. So seeing that I love anything free, I took this opportunity and now Bing and I are heading over to the Washi Art Museum. Washi, which literally translates as Japanese paper, is a special type of paper that's made from wood pulp in Japan, giving it a rougher texture. No relation to washi tape, except that both come from Japan. Oh ho ho ho, oh ho ho. Did somebody say washi paper? Did you know that papermaking was introduced to Japan 1300 years ago? Washi is made using the fibers of the inner bark of the gampi tree, the Mitsumata shrub, or the kozo, aka paper mulberry bush, which is used in approximately 90% of the washi made today. Much of the production happens in the winter because the cold, 1, inhibits bacteria preventing the decomposition of the fibers, and 2, makes the fibers contract, giving the paper its nice, crispy texture. Back in my day, washi making was such a laborious process. You gotta harvest those wood bundles, you gotta steam those wood bundles, you got to strip and shave those wood bundles, then you gotta wash, bleach, and cook those wood bundles, then form them into sheets, then press those sheets, then dry those sheets. All you youngins think everything be done so easily. That's weeks, months worth of blood, sweat, and tears for this sheet of paper. Now we just manufacture everything. Such a shame. Actually, Mr. Oji-san, sir, the washi making process today has remained pretty much unchanged since back in the day. Oh, well, good. That's very good. You youngins finally doing something right. Okay, cool. What an honor to have 2 guests back to back. Anywho, the Washi Art Museum is a collection of images where, instead of paint, the artists used ripped up pieces of washi paper and glued them together with water to make these beautiful mosaic pieces. So off we go. We were following the back of this flyer that her company gave her, which was all in Japanese, so the struggle was very real. But it took us to this fun station on the Yamanote line called Takada no Baba. Everybody, say it with me. Takada no Baba. Takada no Baba. It's right on up there with my other favorite station, Ocha no Mizu, aka water for tea. But I digress. We arrived at Takada no Baba and we were hungry, but lucky for us, we stumbled upon this Tokyo Meron Pan bakery. Man, look at that decorative Meron Pan. Oh, it looks so good. Let's just hope that the real ones can match the fake one. And in order to match Bing's hair, we got strawberry Meron Pan. Wow, it looks insane. Can you see it sparkle? Let me play it again. Ah. Here, one more time, but slow down. It's naturally sparkling. If you still can't see it, let me put this filter on it for you. Ah, sugar is magical. But do you know what's more magical? 100 yen croissant. Because Thursdays at the bakery are croissant day, this croissant was so freaking delicious. It was freshly baked and crispy, but the inside was so flaky, soft, and buttery. Listen to that crunch. Again. Again. That sound is bringing back such good taste memories. And then, Meron Pan time. Not as crazy as the croissant, but still good. Slight strawberry flavor, very sweet crumbly topping with that nice freshly baked squishy bread underneath. Tokyo Meron Pan, 9 out of 10 bakery, but 10 out of 10 on croissant Thursdays. Then we were off to locate the museum, which was a lot more difficult than we thought. We wandered back and forth on the streets for like 20 minutes until finally going into this apartment building. And then heading to the 3rd floor, we finally found the sign that matches our flyer, but something seems kinda off. I've never been to a museum in an apartment building before, So feeling properly sketched out by the situation, Bing and I decided to message her fellow intern, and we decided to wait until he got there so we could all go in together. Safety in numbers. So while we wait, off to a cafe across the street for some drinks. I got the most alien looking thing on the menu, also because it was blue, and it was lychee grapefruit mixed juice, where I said the following.
It's grapefruit and lychee. And it's blue.
Have no idea why it's blue though. I give it a 6 out of 10. I like lychee and blue, but grapefruit juice, not my favorite. Always very bitter. So why did I order this drink? That's a good question. But on with the story. Bing's coworker arrives and goes inside the little Washi Art room, and then we went to go meet him in there, only to discover that this was the wrong place. It is related to the Washi Art Museum, but this is the place people go to buy their washi. Oh, no. And I guess the museum advertised their store on the back of the flyer. So we get in there and it's a bunch of bachans trying to sell us sheets of washi out of this teeny tiny apartment. Also, none of them spoke English and all of our Japanese was very subpar, so you know, it was just a mess all around. They were very kind to us, however, we tried to leave very quickly, trying to convey to them that we were in the wrong place. So with half our day gone, we refocused. And Dara pointed out to us that we were actually supposed to go to the Tokyo Metropolitan Art Museum, and he was actually on the way over there before we rudely interrupted him and told him that we were at Takada no Baba. Again, I'm so sorry about that, Dara. You were right. Never trust me. I can't read Japanese. And then we were on our way over to Ueno Park to see if we could see the exhibit before they closed for the day. It's a shame that I never got around to going to Ueno Park earlier, but I mean, we can't have everything now, can we? It's a very large park that has a lot of museums scattered around in it. Think Golden Gate Park if you've ever been to San Francisco. We arrived at the Tokyo Metropolitan Art Museum at 4:13 and 52 seconds, according to the timestamp on my video. And the exhibit doesn't close until 5. Good work, team. We made it. It may only be 45 minutes, but we made it. We keep our promises. And 45 minutes ended up being an appropriate chunk of time because the exhibit was only a few rooms. So let's look at some washi. This exhibit actually blew my mind a little bit. At the time, I had very little knowledge about washi, and I was so confused with how the artist even made these pieces. At first, I thought it was paint, and they just painted on top of this washi paper. But then you get closer to the paintings and see that they have layers to them, and then I thought maybe like paper mache. And then a friendly artist came up and started talking to us, and confirmed it is a very similar process to Mod Podge, but the ratio of glue to water is very, very small because the glue can do funky things to the washi. The attention to detail is insane though. This leaf looks like it's been burned to give it an authentic looking insect hole. This brick wall shading business using only different sections of the paper, I don't understand. These images are just so complex, I have no more words. I'll be quiet and let you appreciate more artwork. That artist from earlier told us that on average it takes her 3 months to do one piece, and some artists spend over a year on one picture. I barely have the attention span to do something for an hour, let alone 365 days. And as we were leaving, the artist said that we could take a picture in front of our favorite piece from the exhibit, and seeing that she was so helpful, we decided to take it in front of hers. Yup, the 3-month one. This tiger and its cub. Honestly, this experience ranks pretty high as one of my favorite things I got to do while I was in Japan. It's an art form that I had no idea existed, but it's so fascinating to me. But I understand that it may just be a me thing, and most people my age probably don't care about washi art at all, as indicated by the fact that us three were the only people in the exhibit under the age of 50. Maybe in my old age, I too will dabble in the washi arts. I could see it. And before we leave the museum, gotta rep the Otoshi kanji stamps from the gift shop. And now off to Friendsgiving on this unique escalator that like plateaus and then keeps going up. Dara was pretty entertained by it. It was like this shape, Anywho, it was back on over to Shibuya for a nice barbecue dinner to celebrate Thanksgiving with some other Dialogue House residents so we all don't feel the FOMO of not being home for the holidays. This place, pretty tasty. Good variety of meat and sides, and the company wasn't bad either. First time barbecuing on wire grills, and not gonna lie, it went kind of wild. The flames roar at you while you're cooking, so they give you this spray bottle at your table. So you're multitasking, being a firefighter in one hand, but then trying to become the next top chef in your other. I give this place an 8 out of 10. 1 point off because we accidentally ordered liver, and very few other people were willing to eat the liver. So I had to eat a lot of liver. And I don't really like liver either. And the other point off for the extreme firefighting involved. But overall, it still was a really fun Thanksgiving. First one away from my family, and first one in another country. But honestly, I had such a crazy adventure that day that I had no time to be homesick. And I'll end this episode with Spencer trying to teach Eric Wang how to do the woe.
That's what it... Can I find... Do I have it like...
Slow motion, let's go.
I can't do it slow motion, that's weird. I don't know. Yeah.
That brings me to an end of this Otoshi monologue. Hope y'all enjoyed learning about washi paper making and washi art, and I'll talk to y'all next time with the last Chris Tackles Japan Otoshi monologue. That's right, we're almost there. Let's hope it'll be interesting. Mata next time! Oh, excuse me.